What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, Duel commentary. I was actually watching some DBZ, but I decided to well, I had DN on I had DN in the other window, but I decided to record this because I just saw a matchup that looked really interesting. We have the British hero 1488, obviously playing heroes. You can tell by the fact that he summoned Goblinberg. I don't really know anything else that plays that card. And Namis, which his rating is, or his or her rating is 1211. And yeah, if you're wondering why that supply squad was banished, he actually what's it called? He actually used golden sarcophagus or gold sarcophagus to banish that. So he will get that during his next turn. It is now one turn into supply squad. Oh my goodness. And yet again, we see the skill drain being used in Burning Abyss. I'm telling you guys, skill drain in Burning Abyss, it's good. It's going to become the meta. I promise you. Just watch. Now on turn one, the Goblinberg was met with Vanity's Emptiness. So this dude has all the limited traps, right? And it looks like this time he's going for, well, he's going to pitch an E-Call. I guess that's going to get him a Shadow Mist. Makes the most sense, right? And I think he actually milled a Fire Lake and another supply squad. So my man's running multiple supply squads. And just in general, isn't supply squad still like a really good card? Like I think that card is... Inch95 said that had it came out in previous formats, he thought that it would have been ban worthy. I have to agree. Like, people may think that it's too slow now, but the card is amazing. Now, I actually have to read Dark Law again because if I'm not mistaken, I think he can totally trigger Dark Law on the supply squad ad. Let me just make sure, because I believe it's anytime cards are added to your hand by like any reason. I believe Dark Law can be triggered. They keep searching other cards. You see him obviously adding Bubble Man. I was wondering why he added a mass change. He gets Bubble Man for the Shadow Mist effect. Once per turn. Oh, excuse me. It's from the deck to the hand. Okay, so Dark Law obviously won't trigger. For some reason, I thought it was just any type of card added to, any type of situation where something's added to your hand. Looks like he's going straight into Downer Magician. Cool. We got players who know what they are doing. He activates Supply Squad. I'm not gonna lie, a Ragnar Zero would be really good here. Looks like he's gonna activate Night Beam. This card cannot be chained unless he has Veiler in hand. Oh, he can't use Veiler. So yeah, technically impossible for him to chain. Yeah, I think right now I would go Ragnar Zero. And I would just have to get it in with that. But instead, he gives up his Rhoda, probably for another Shadow Mist. And I'm going to say heroes are going to be in the driving seat, even with the supply squad, which, let's be honest, there's a good chance that card could get spun anyway. So he empties out his hand, special summoning the Bubble Man. I mean, if he really... Okay, so yeah, he has the Ragnar Zero. I think he should be able to close this out. He'll obviously be able to draw and activate Shadow Mist. Now, if he gets a Bubble Man, he might be able to special summon it. It depends if he drew a monster or not. If he can, oh yeah, he'll be able to OTK him right here. I don't think the draw is relevant. If you can't play defense with Supply Squad, then it really doesn't help. So, unfortunately, that was the final game, but you're seeing British Heroes back row. Double Phoenix Chain, Book of Moon. I don't know, man. Unless you would have had a Regeki or something like that, it's going to be really difficult to get through that. And that's assuming that British Hero didn't go for the even safer match or the even safer play. Oh, wow, we're getting a rematch. Okay, that's what's up. The safer play would have been, for some reason, if he knew he couldn't OTK, then he probably would have went for Digusto Emerald. But being able to make Blade Armor Ninja or... Excalibur, which I'm not certain they still play. They may play Excalibur. I'm not sure because, you know, you probably want to out the towers. So it looks like Namis is going to open with Mathematician, probably for Skarm. You know, if you open, I think Supply Squad is still really good. Whoa, he went for Libic. I don't like this because I guess in this matchup, in game one, I guess I technically have to, because I was going to say, if your opponent max sees you, like, you get wrecked, because you're giving them one draw from the Libic. you're giving them a second draw from the Sir, and then possibly a third draw from the Dante. I mean, you'd stop with the Dante, but that's not the point. The point is, it's not a good play. Alright, so he sets everything. There'll be no mind crushes. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if Yugioh just summons something and attacks the Libic, he can be in really good shape. And, you know, Yugioh he has shown us Night Beam, so there could be some sniping going on as far as the, getting rid of like Fire Lakes and stuff like that. And he doesn't have Vanity's Emptiness, so let's see exactly what's going to happen here. Now, what's under this? It's a Math Man, right? I actually think Dark Hole wouldn't be bad in this situation. It would be a 1-for-1 essentially. I mean, the Dante would still pay for itself, but like, I'd Dark Hole this field because it's just all you're getting is one card added to your hand, probably a Sir, but just in general, you can't Fire Lake me, and the Libic doesn't do anything. I mean, personally, I think that, I guess Namis thought that maybe he had to go for the Dante because he must have Fire Lake or something, and he might be thinking, I have to put myself in a position where Darklaw can't wreck me, because I guess he felt like if he left Mathman out there, even with a tour guide, that his Mathman just would have got wrecked by Darklaw. So maybe he does have something like a Fire Lake set. So you see him go for Bubble Man. And looks like he's going to go Acid. So he's getting rid of that back row. Okay, so he's going to get hit with Ring of Destruction. So they're both going to eat 800. And that was his normal summon for the turn. Okay, fair enough. Looks like he's going to use MST. And he snipes the Fire Lake. Good for him. Namis says he doesn't want to use it quite yet. Why use a Fire Lake just on a Shadow Mist? Just doesn't make any sense. But looks like he's going to special summon another Bubble Man. Doesn't make any sense to search it if you're not going to special it, right? Now, I can't believe that he would have double Fire Lake set. Like, it's not going to happen that my man has 2 Fire Lake sets. So I guess he's thinking about on the summon if he wants to do something. If he exceeds, that Libic is going to die if he can get an attack through. And what I think he's going to do is, I don't know what exceed. Oh my god, he had 2 Fire Lakes. Are you kidding me? Wow. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't even believe that. 2 Fire Lake sets. Seriously? That was crazy. Oh my god. I cannot believe. I just want to see what the chat says. Like, I mean, maybe they're not hyped, but that was fucking incredible. 2 Fire Lakes? Are you kidding? Wow. Okay. So, going into game 2. See, the thing about heroes is, can you side maxi? Because I know a lot of times you need to be able to empty your hand out for Bubble Man, but I feel like if he has all this spot removal like MSTs and Night Beams, like drawing a bunch of cards shouldn't be a problem. Because clearly Namis is going to special summon a lot. He says, who even opens double A yet? Like, really? Because I think that Namis was probably going to lose that game. I think that he probably would have made, well, see, I don't know what the back row are, so I think that that determines his play. But I think he probably would have tried to go with an Exceed that detaches 1 material. Like, I think he would have probably made Ragna 0. He would have just attacked over Libic, and that would have locked down the Dante so that Dante couldn't be able to use its effect. I mean, Dante could, but then, like, even though Dante would get blown up by Ragna 0, and then he would get the Sur or the Libic back, but it wouldn't matter because Yugioh would draw a card. Like, it would cancel it out. And then he could search from Shadow Mist. So, like, he would be plussing 2 and you'd only be getting a 1. Like, you'd only be replacing your Dante. So, like, it's not even worth it in that situation. But double Fire Lake, man. If you're opening with double Fire Lake, that's really good. And I actually, Nami's play makes complete sense now. Like, he had to pretty much play in the Fire Lake. And you now see the Maxi. I'm going to say a huge advantage to Nami's. Without knowing anything else, already huge advantage Nami's. Because if you're just going to have a Libic out there sitting by itself, that's a terrible play. It's one of the worst plays you can do in Burning Abyss. Not only are the stats completely and you even see that Nami says that this sucks because not only are the stats completely mediocre, but you're just not getting anywhere with it. You're either giving your opponent a plus or you're leaving one of the worst monsters in your deck out there on an island. And you see him summon Mathematician. Alright, so he has to pretty much take a -1. The Mathematician will plus, so I guess in the end he still gets his 5 cards, but I don't know. There won't be any double Fire Lakes going on this game. At least not in this first turn. You see him search Farfa. To me, that says I'm relying heavily on my back row. He really better hope that he doesn't have any back row destruction or that he doesn't make Dark Law, because this game could be over really, really quickly. The Mathematician, it's a good chance that, I mean, it can pay for itself, but or it can plus him, but that's only if he destroys it with battle. If he's able to get Dark Law and that thing doesn't hit the graveyard, it's a wrap. Because he didn't get Tour Guide, so I think he's relying heavily on his back row, the Karma Cuts and something like that. Now, I believe Phoenix and Windblast and Karma Cut both target your opponent's monsters, so I don't think a Luminescent Knight will work in this situation. So it looks like he's going for a Mass Change. And you could Xyz here. You could not Xyz. He says, is it Goblin D-Berg? What? Or Goblindberg? Huh? What's he even talking about? I guess he's just talking about the name. Oh, you know, I didn't even realize that there was a D in that. I just thought it was Goblinberg. Why is there a D in there? Yeah, I'm kind of confused too. And I guess even British Hero didn't recognize it. So it looks like he is going to go for the play. He asked for a target. Well, I mean, you have to target a hero card, so I'm pretty sure the target is freaking obvious. You can't go for Goblin, like you can't mass change Goblinberg, so not with that mass change, not with the original. If it was mass change 2, okay, it would be a little different. He goes for Dark Law, because you know Anki's always a possibility. He's going to attack, and he activates Karma Cut. Farfa does not go to the graveyard. Farfa gets banished. It's a cost. Farfa gets banished. He activates another Mass Change. Change Phoenix and Windblast. Graph gets banished too. And he activates another Mass Change. Are you kidding? This is the fucking craziest duel I've ever seen. And I think British Hero just won. And yeah, he won. He literally just went off that first turn. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. No fucks given. This has been the craziest duel ever. We have openings of 3 Mass Change and double Fire Lakes and oh man. Unlike Mass Change 2, the original Mass Change, you can activate as many as you want. You can activate 3 in a turn, apparently, as British Hero just did. So, unfortunately for Nami's, all of his targeting cards just couldn't find their target because British Hero just kept trading in his hero for another hero. So, again, I thought that what's it called, a Luminescent Knight wouldn't work in that situation because, again, I think that Phoenix and Windblast and Karma Cut specify your your opponent's monster. So, alright, looks like he's gonna go Dante the old-fashioned way. Alright. Pitches Skarm for 3, obviously looking for a Sir or a Graph. Alright, he gets his Graph. And free advantage will be going to Nami's. Now, Nami's probably felt like he should have won the last game, so that's why you saw the instant rematch. Sets 1, 2, 3. This is looking a lot like game 1. And you know, Flying Sea is still a card that people have to consider, man. He doesn't go for Tour Guide, meaning he definitely has a Phoenix with 1 blast or a Karma cut down there. Just going to be the deciding factor definitely will be, can British Hero fight through all of that back row? So you see him open with a Hero Lives. Has to pay half his life points. I wonder if there'll be a vanity. Nope, no vanities. I mean, and I just say that, I say that because Nami's has either drawn vanities or milled it in like every game, it seems. All right, so Shadow Mist is going to get his free card. Oh, no, he's not. Skill Drain's played. Told you guys, Skill Drain too good in Burning Abyss, right? New meta. He says, what? Nah, dog. If you don't know now, the new meta is Burning Abyss with Skill Drain. That's the realest deck in the game. I'm telling you guys. Burning Abyss with Skill Drain is the newest meta deck. That shit is gonna become meta. Now he can still obviously Xyz. I just don't really know what Xyz would do anything. So he's gonna normal summon Goblinberg. It doesn't have to go in defense because Skill Drain's on the board, so in fact I don't think it can even go to defense. What would be interesting here is if he had like an Exciton Knight play with like Book of Moon, but I don't know. He would still get so much advantage. What's under Dante? Sir? Oh, yeah. I don't know if British Hero can win this. Nami's pretty much has the perfect setup. Like if you have this type of field against, oh wow, I guess he is going to try, but the play I'm talking about. If you have this type of field against Burning Abyss, or excuse me, against Necros, like they can't beat you without like an MST. Like, all of their monsters, the Shishulas and shit, like, they don't do anything. Your field will constantly pay for itself. So he activates Lance on Exciton Knight. And what's he gonna chain? Chains Karma Cut, giving up Graph. Alright. So, they even use Exciton's effect? Like, I don't even think he used Exciton's effect. Because the Forbidden Lance hadn't even resolved. But then again, what's it called? He is, the Exciton is off field. So yeah, technically he can still activate it and it will resolve because it's not on field anymore. Like, its Skill Drain is not on board. So it looks like everything is legitimately going to happen. And he'll get the Graph effect. The Graph that he pitched from his hand. And then he'll add Dante. Or excuse me, he'll add Dante from Sir. And then he'll add Sir from Dante, if that makes sense. Now, unfortunately, British Hero did give up half his life points and another Tour Guide Surge. Yeah, I don't think that opening could have went any better for Nami's because he not only had an instant counter to Shadow Mist, but then he had like legitimate traps backing him up. And this build is looking really, really good. I mean, I told you guys, Skill Drain is amazing in Burning Abyss because all of your monsters, they're so good as defensive tools. Like, you don't care if Dante gets ran over, he'll get something back. The same thing for Graph, Sir, and Skarm. Like, when you have monsters that can just sit there and take a beating and you never have to worry about them because they're going to always pay for themselves, it's the same exact strategy as Yang Zing. Like, that's the reason why Yang Zing runs Skill Drain. Now I know obviously that deck can make their monsters immune to Skill Drain, but just in general, like, even if they didn't, Yang Zing could still run Skill Drain because, like, they don't really care if their monsters die. They're just going to constantly pay for themselves anyway. So you see him going to Alucard to try and get some of this back row out of the way. And that gets evac'd. At this point, British Hero would have needed a shadow imprisoning mirror to try and run this back. With all of these dark cards on board and in the graveyard and constantly being cycled, he would have definitely needed a shadow imprisoning mirror At this point, it looks like heroes are just getting out advantaged. The only card I could see potentially saving him would be something like Mass Charge. But he has to kind of live through this turn. He's looking at eating 4,000 exactly. Let's see if he can survive. If he uses Forbidden Lance, that's not a good sign. I mean, he'll live, but that's not the point. Call the Haunted would work. And it is called the Haunted. Let's see if he has that MST. So, he gets his Shadow Mist. I'm guessing he's not going to trigger it. Maybe he's going to see if Dante will ram into it and then try and trigger it. Nope, looks like he is going to trigger it. My mistake. Gets a Mass Change. If only you could play that during your opponent's turn from the hand, right? Alright, so Dante will die. Or if there was a way that British Hero could somehow stall for like 5 turns. That would help too. Unless he has Farfa, then that stalling becomes like way harder. No, he can't special summon, so actually no. Well, he would have to draw Farfa. He can't like get Sir and then Farfa. Yeah, that's irrelevant. If British Hero can somehow stall for like 5 turns, that would work. I don't see that happening though. He would have to like draw Shadow Mist after Shadow Mist and just let him keep getting attacked and just searching cards. Like, yeah, just constantly like search. With 3 cards, man, I don't know. I mean, maybe if he had Mass Charge would be good. I mean, I don't think anything has 3,000 defense. What else would be good? Hero Lives, because he could get a Shadow Mist and then he could just sit on it. That would be good. Otherwise, he kind of need to fire back with like a Mass Charge to get him Dark Law plus like a good defensive card. Like a Fiendish Chain or something. Ring of Destruction is now out of the window. Life points are too low. Ring of Destruction might actually be out of the door for Nami's too. Now we saw that he played it, but yeah, I just don't really know if it's going to do him any good. So you see him summon Monk. Summon Monk. Pitches Mass Change. Yeah, I think the best play here is just to stall, isn't it? Like, I don't think that there's any way that you can out advantage Nami's right now. Not with him having a Graph under here, plus having a Rubik in hand. Like, that's too many cards. The Rubik doesn't pay for itself, but the Graph will, so that's essentially tied to the Acid Golem. And you just better hope your opponent doesn't somehow draw Farfa. Now, I'm kind of surprised that Nami's didn't search Farfa. Because Farfa could just, you summon it, it triggers, you get the Banish a monster. It can stop your opponent from trying to hide behind their monsters. That's what I'm getting at. Now, if this was Teller Knights could stall. Because Teller Knights, literally, they just activate a Call of the Haunted. They get an Altier, that gets a Deneb. You put them both in defense mode. Deneb searches an Altier. You summon the Altier, get another like, next thing you know, you have four fucking monsters on board. Like you just sit there in defense, hiding behind all your fucking Teller Knights. And a Farfa won't matter at that point because you're still just sitting constantly on monsters. Okay, he has Mass Charge. Don't call it a comeback. That's all I'm going to say. There is a chance he could run this shit back. He still has to get over Acid Golem though. Alright, so looks like he's going to set a Mass Change, and he still has a Shadow Mist in his hand. Nami's is asking if he's going for the stall game. I mean, personally, I would. Why wouldn't you? I did that during the regional I topped with Dino Rabbit. I did that to somebody. They had Acid Golem out, and I was playing Dino Rabbit. They were playing Wind Ups. And they had more cards than I did, and we went into time, and I was like, fuck this, I'm stalling. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna let you burn yourself to death. And don't get me wrong, I ran Acid Golem too in the wind up deck, but like, I only made that shit if I was going for game. Cause I knew that Acid Golem could be a card that, you couldn't destroy yourself. Like there was only a couple of outs, a couple of ways, like Book of Moon, and nobody really ran evac then. So he's going for Dark Law. And it makes sense because, okay, I get what he's doing. He can essentially just turn Dark Law to defense mode, and he can constantly, well, he could attack the face down monster, try and take some resources out, but he still can just set monsters. All he has to do is just hope to God he doesn't have Torrential Tribute. Okay, so he's going for defense. Defense Bubble Man. He's going for Acid. Now I wonder if he'll go Acid in defense. Oh! That burn for 1,000 life points. Unless he has another Mass Change or a Lance. That is incredible. Oh, man. Oh. Okay. Note to Konami. Clearly Ring still broken. Oh, man. The fact that you can ring a monster that has the exact life points is definitely still good. That was an amazing duel. Thank you guys for watching as always. I really hope you guys give this video a thumbs up. Sometimes I'm on Dueling Network late night and I'm just like, man, please give me an entertaining duel.